KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, quiet weather pattern with the exception of scattered splash and dash afternoon storms over the next couple of days. Tropical trouble as we head into the big holiday weekend and going into next week. We're going to talk more about that in just a bit. But I just want to continue with our Hurricane Week coverage here at KATC. The question I get asked most about hurricanes and climate. So let's go to the graphic and take a look at what is going on. Is there anything going on between a warming climate and hurricanes? And these are some of the basic facts we've established over the last 20 or 30 years moving forward and what we know, the state of the art. So far, we understand that the atmosphere is warming. Whatever you think the reason is for that, the atmosphere is warming, and that heat is also being stored in the oceans. The Gulf of Mexico, for example, has been 1 degree warmer than the average over the last 30 years. That's just over the last several years. Now, although there have been no definitive long-term trends of the number of tropical storms and hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin, we have not detected any trend going back to the 1850s other than we observe the storms better and we can see them better. The evidence today points to perhaps fewer hurricanes in a warmer world, maybe 5 to 10%, but the storms that do develop seem to be larger and stronger by an order of 5, 10, 15%. We don't have those numbers exactly, so maybe fewer storms as we move forward in the hurricane seasons ahead, but the ones that do develop could be more powerful. And most recent research, going back to the 2016 August flood over the last 10 years and last year's big blockbuster storms, were showing that the storms are more intense for a longer period of time, and the rainfall events are more frequent and more intense as well, and those storms are tending to stall more as well. So these are the major bullet points, and stalling systems, as we all know, one that wasn't named 2 years ago, and then Harvey last year produced rainfalls that have never been seen on the Gulf Coast as so intense. So that's something we might see moving forward, and I always ask myself, would I take fewer storms but more intense storms? I think it's a wash for us. So it just takes one storm, and we don't have one going right now, but maybe a little something toward the end of the week and into the weekend. Today, we just saw widely scattered showers and storms across the area. It was about a 30, perhaps 40% type of day. Still some active storms right now, producing a lot of lightning northeastern of Voiles Parish. You can see the lightning off in the distance, but you don't hear the thunder. People call that heat lightning, but it's just thunder that is occurring with the thunderstorm. There's another one by Baton Rouge that's weakening, but we just can't hear the thunder. The light we can see, that travels nicely, but thunder will only travel about 10 or 15 miles or so, and then you can't hear it. So as we look ahead, overnight tonight through tomorrow morning, clear skies, fair skies, maybe an isolated shower like what we saw last night. And then with daytime heating, shortly after lunchtime, we're going to see a scattering of showers and storms, not much rhyme or reason, some locally heavy downpours, not expecting any severe weather, and then maybe a few storms into Wednesday evening. Going into Thursday, we'll probably see much the same, maybe fewer storms. So we'll go 40-50% rain chances tomorrow, about 40% on Thursday. Then we get toward the weekend, and it's another story as we go out into the tropics. There you see the storms popping up locally. We continue to watch deep tropical moisture. Doesn't look like much. It's not organized. In fact, there's an area of low pressure, very weak low pressure, that is even hard to detect just east of Belize. But the National Hurricane Center is indicating there is about a 50% chance, that's a little bit higher than the 40% this afternoon, of development late this week or as we get closer to the weekend. So this is what we're watching. That tropical moisture makes a move to the north. Heavy rainfall developing over by the Keys of Florida for Friday. Our moisture begins to increase as we go into the weekend. Then the threat of flooding rains, and notice there's this big blob over Louisiana. There could be, this is the European model, which is the westernmost model. Houston looks okay, but look at this. Perhaps a stalling system sitting over us through early next week, so we will have to watch that. Here's the actual European run. It may get upgraded to a subtropical depression. There will be an area of low pressure, but whether it gets a name or not, it's going to be problematic. Heavy rainfall, eastern Louisiana and off to the east and perhaps into portions of our part of the world. This is the official forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. 4 to 7 inches of rain for our friends off to the east. We are shaded in for a couple of inches, but we will be watching for the potential of that heavy rain working its way westward as we go into next week. 73 the low tonight, upper 80s to lower 90s the high for tomorrow. So over the near term, not too bad at all. 73 the low, 91 the high tomorrow with the scattered afternoon storms. And I'm basing the 10-day forecast pretty much off of the European model, which is a little bit more of a worst case scenario, but that means high rain chances developing as early as late Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be the days to watch. Still can't give any kind of rainfall projections. Several inches of rain, pretty good bet. Hopefully not a foot, but some folks are going to see a foot or more, especially east of us.
All right, thanks, Rob. Still ahead tonight on KATC.